Welcome to the Lady Nighthawk Show, where we talk about interesting topics. We have singers, we have book writers, we have people that help you in the community, both of them that sit here. We have people that help you and make sure that you are able to do a loan modification and give you, advice on that, and to help you for young people that have, never bought a home before. You got people out here that can help you do that, and then these people right here, not guests, they like hosts, co-hosts, whatever. They come on by themselves. They've been with me forever. It's just that I can't say that they don't produce, but they host, okay? So, and then I adopt everybody. So this is like one of my adopted daughters, okay? And I have a real daughter, okay? But, I adopt other people's children too. So anyway, let me let them introduce you. You know who they are, but let me let you, introduce you. Let them introduce you to themselves. Did I get that right?
I think so, Paula.
Yeah.
I think
All
so.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm Mycah Chevalier. I am a singer, songwriter, public servant, actress, performance coach, all that good stuff. And I hail out of the Maryland area. And I'm just here today because my other mother asked me to come on and talk about some things.
Yes, because we missed you. We hadn't seen you for a while.
I know,
and we
I miss you too.
And what's always on my mind is that, I'm so grateful to God that you're here, because when that bridge collapsed, it was 30 minutes. You had just gotten across that bridge 30 minutes before. And that stays on my heart, that I know that you're so special, because, then a friend of yours came a half hour after you.
Right.
And they made it.
They made it over.
And then after they made it over, that was it.
Yep.
I'm
so glad that they're still here.
Yeah, so that stays on my mind. So I hadn't seen you, so I had to say, okay, you didn't come last time. Okay, so let me get her in here so I can see your face.
Yes.
It's nothing like seeing a person, And so it's like when I don't see you for a while, Ross, I mean, I have to get you in here, just so that I can see your face, because y'all are a family to me, okay?
Thank you, Paula.
And
you as well.
likewise.
And y'all look after me, I must say. So y'all my angels, okay? So I just want to thank you.
I definitely consider you one of mine.
No, okay, so that's another show we just had, but y'all are my angels. People don't know about angels. They don't use them.
Oh, I know I have angels.
Put your angels to work. Tell them to watch my house, watch my children, guard my dog, guard my neighbor, my mother, my father, my sister, my brother, put them to work, because God gave them to you for that purpose. I know this is a different show, but we had started talking about it on the Jeremiah show, but I just wanted to embrace that again, because people really don't know that it's in the Bible. I'm not making this up. That you really have angels that God dispersed to you for you to be able to give them assignments, with His permission.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. So, the thing that I want to talk about with you, Ross, right quick, is that the last time that you were here, we were talking about, loan modifications and people. You have a new program that you're dealing with people now that you have classes.
Well, we do first-time home buyer education. We do that. We also do financial empowerment or financial literacy programs as well. And of course, we assist homeowners who are at risk of losing their homes. I know we did a show a while back, right before the moratorium was supposed to end for veterans, but there still is a foreclosure moratorium in effect for all borrowers who have VA loans. So it's not if you're a veteran, it's if you have a loan that's insured or guaranteed by the Veterans Administration. And there still is, of course, help available for people who are at risk, whether they're veterans or whether they have other government loans, for example, FHA loans or USDA loans, or regular conventional loans that are backed by Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, or private investors, there still is help out there. And I know that people are still having problems, and we're here to help.
Now, my question to you is that, because somebody suggested to me, but first they were talking about using the equity in my house, and I don't want to do that, okay? Because people do borrow against the equity and have remodeling and stuff like that done. I don't want to do that. But they did say, well, you can also, because I'm not working right now, I'm in disability, you can see about whether or not you can put one of your payments on the back end of your loan. So, I mean, they just said that to me. So I'm asking you, so is that true? Can you, if you have a problem or a situation, can you put one of the payments so that you won't go into default?
Well, that's a good question, Paula. But the thing is that the mortgage payments are due on the first of every month, so that even though the mortgage company may give you a grace period up until the 15th of the month, to be in default, someone who owns a home, a borrower, is in default if the payment is not received by the mortgage company on the first. What I believe you're referring to is someone who is in imminent default, someone who is at risk of, say, for example, not being able to make the regular contractual mortgage payment. And someone can go ahead, a homeowner can contact their mortgage company and ask for what's called a forbearance, which is a monthly, which is either from $0 to whatever the regular contractual mortgage payment is, or should I say less than, because that wouldn't be a forbearance, to be able to go ahead and ask for a temporary a temporary reduction if someone's going to be in default. You don't necessarily have to be in default.
That's my question, because I'm not in default.
Right.
It's just that it would help if I just had one payment that I just did not, because I can catch up on some other stuff. If I just had one payment, don't have to worry about.
Right.
That I could do, some, because since this thing has happened with my house, that's why one of the suggestions that they gave me with the water damage, and it's
right.
That's a process, and if you have a deductible, depending on what your deductible is, I mean, I got thrown off guard because when I had them come out to look at something else on my house one time, nobody ever mentioned a deductible to me. Now, and I didn't take a claim. So let me say this to you real quick. Do not just go out and have claims and you put claims against your house. We've talked about this many times. After the third claim that you put against your house, then you can't get homeowners insurance. Okay, is that the risk of you not being able to choose a reliable or affordable, homeowners insurance for yourself? What happens is that after that third strike, then you're at the mercy of the mortgage company to find a person to, protect your home. But then that might be more than what your mortgage is.
Right.
So you don't want to ever do that. So it's like for little things, no. They could come out and do an estimate, but do not accept that check. That's what one of the agents told us. And tell them, no, I don't want to do it, because it was crazy the first time that I had asked them to come out to check out one thing, and the guy said, and two people to come out and give me one appraisal or something, and then they said no, and they wanted to pay something like $400 to pay. No, I'm not, no. You don't get no $400 claim. That goes against you. Right. You understand what I'm saying? You're talking about something big, like your roof, water damage, that's going to cost you thousands of dollars,
Right.
So just don't be going out saying, oh, well, yeah, I pay insurance. Nah, nope. Okay. You be very careful with how you place those claims against your homeowner's insurance, okay? 3 times you're out. When you're talking about 3-strike rule, that's no joke, okay? So they can estimate, but you can always say no, okay? Because then you might be able to get family or friends or somebody else to help you do something. Now, what my surprise was that when I put this particular claim in, is that they told me I had a $1,000 deductible. Well, where did that come from? Because the other guy never said nothing about $1,000 deductible. You understand what I'm saying? Because if that was the case, that would have been a waste, right? Because you're going to pay $400, but in actuality, you're not paying $400 because I would have had $1,000 deductible if he had said that, right? So you're not really helping me. So I'm just saying, guys, I'm saying to you, ask them if you have not, because we buy houses and we don't think about things like that, you know, later on, you know, because you're blessed and things happen. God does things for purpose, okay? Not to harm you or hurt you, you know. But I'm saying to you is that you need to ask your insurance company to send you a copy of your homeowner's policy so that you know exactly what's in it. Okay, and what's covered, what's not covered. So for your own knowledge, any warranties that you have on anything, you need to check, okay? Because some of these things that I'm paying for, they're not worth the paper that I'm paying for them for. But then there's other things that I'm paying for. Oh yeah, I better have it. You know, like to make sure that they dig up, you know, if there's a water pipe that breaks in front of your house or out dirty water, inside water, you need to make sure you have that insurance, okay? That's another one that you need to check on and make sure that you have it. So that if they come out there and they have to dig up, because that's happened in Maryland more than once in different areas, where they have to come and dig up, you know, land. Out in front of your house to fix a pipe or something. Well, if it's on your property, you're responsible for it. So you make sure that you have that insurance that's going to cover for them to come out there and dig up, and you have old water and fresh water. So it's two parts of that, right? You got one that you're going to make sure they're going to put those pipes and do all that digging, and that's the dirty water that's going out. But you need to make sure that when they put them pipes on, that you make sure that you still have fresh water that's coming into your house. So those are two separate claims. So I'm telling you, you know, check on your claims, you know, because you just never know. And it is something that happens in Maryland every so often, especially with the rain and the floods and all these other things that's going on,
Paula.
that you need to make sure that you do that. I'm just telling you for your own protection, okay? And we live in Bowie. We do have creeks. We have ponds. You know, we have all kinds of things that's out here. So you need to make sure that you check on your insurance and make sure that your homeowner's insurance, your, you know, insurance that you have or whomever you have it with for any kind of damage, you know, like we're saying, the indoor, outdoor, and fresh water, okay? I know that the people that have AHS, American Home Warranty, I think, I don't even know the name right. But anyway, they don't cover what I'm telling you about, that outside, that inside water. They cover the appliances in your house, okay? So make sure that you're checking on the right thing. I'm telling you now to check on whether that they dig up out in front of your house and they break a pipe, that you have insurance so that you can, you know, you can pay for it. And that water that comes in the house or goes out the house, that you have insurance to cover that as well, okay? That's very important for you to check on. Now, like I said, American Home Warranty, that's about those appliances in your house, okay? That's a whole different kind of home warranty insurance, isn't that right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes, Paula, you are correct.
Okay, so one never knows when, like I was saying on last show, I mean, I don't have a basement. I didn't think that I would ever have to worry about another water problem in my house, you know. Again.
Well, Paula, see, your viewers should know that having a home warranty can be paid for on a monthly basis, right? Whether it's through, you had mentioned it's American Home Shield, or there are other companies out there.
That's a monthly payment.
It's a monthly payment, but the home warranty not only covers the appliances if the refrigerator goes bad, it also covers the air conditioning, right?
And
It also covers
the furnace,
the furnace, the heating and air. It also covers the hot water heater, all right? And there are some warranties actually that cover roofs as well. So it all depends upon what what company you go with and the plan, and of course, the more that's covered, of course, the more expensive it's going to be.
Right.
But it's certainly, you know,
it's worth it.
It's worth it. We teach that in our home buyer education classes, and even second home buyers, that a home warranty is well worth the money. Well worth the money, because to have someone come if your air conditioner goes bad. To replace the heat pump outside could be thousands of dollars, depending upon the size of the air, the size and the tons of the tonnage of the air conditioning
Right.
unit. If you have a larger area to cool or smaller, it doesn't make a difference. But it also will go ahead and give you discounts. The homeowners or the home warranty will also give you discounts on routine maintenance. Say, for example, heating and air conditioning checkup. So you'll be able to get a discount from one of their vendors. I'm sure, I don't.
And some of them come out for free, depending on what time of the year.
Right,
that they ask.
exactly,
So
exactly.
you really need to look and see and make sure, because one never knows, what's going to happen. And it's a process, especially. I thank God for Aunt Audrey, because she, I had to get 3 estimates, and she told me about the person. That's the person that we went with because she used them before, but it's still a process, and I'm going to try to get somebody on here so they can explain the process that people have to go through when they have water damage, because a lot of people don't know.
Yeah. Oh, it's got to be horrific, Paula. Horrible.
And they don't really
through.
know, that there's a process, and I think that's very important for, my viewers to know that, check on your policies, make sure, like I said, I'm at a fluke at $1,000, I don't have that kind of money that I just keep, around. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's just like, check it out. If I had known that from when the guy came to me before and I told him no, right, never mentioned it, right? So that's why I asked for a copy with these people this time, same insurance company. Please send me a copy of my, my policy, because it was never mentioned to me before. You know what I mean? And I just was trying to get them to fix my roof, But there's not anything wrong with it. It's just time for it to be updated.
Right. Well, but that's the thing, Paula, as you had mentioned, and it's important for your viewers to know that you had mentioned 3 strikes and you're out, kind of like baseball, but three claims. I believe the insurance agent had said, and they'll no longer they'll do a cancellation, and then you'll need to go to the state to get insurance, which is very costly.
Yes.
So it's very important that it's not like a car when you go ahead and you have a car accident and the claim travels with you, meaning the driver. The claim actually travels with the property. So for people that are looking to buy homes, or people that are looking that own homes, for them to go ahead and search different insurance companies, different agents, to see what the best quote is. And there is a website, and I don't recall what it is, but you can go ahead and get a claims history on a house that someone's going to purchase. So with homeowners insurance rates, I believe that the insurance agent Dave had said that car insurance rates are going up at an all-time high, and I'm sure that with what's happening with the weather and everything, that the homeowners insurance rates, I'm sure with all of the losses, the companies are going to be raising their premiums,
and the thefts.
And then of course the thefts. So it's important for your viewers to know that if they own a home, or even if they don't own a home, they can get renter's insurance. And the renter's insurance will cover, of course, the liability, and then, of course, personal property. A lot of people say, well, why am I going to pay for renter's insurance or paying for insurance if I don't own a home? But the thing is the renter's insurance will cover electronics that may be if there's a break-in, or God forbid there's a fire or something like that, or something gets destroyed. So it's important. Insurance is a good thing to have, but it just as equally important is for your viewers to know that make sure you read the policy to make sure what's covered and what's not covered.
Right.
Because if you don't do that, then like you had said, Paula, you're paying for coverage you didn't even know you had, and coverage you didn't even know that you didn't need.
Right, because
know?
absolutely, because with this other company, then I just paid for the hot water heater. The hot water heater was what caused the problem. The expansion tank, not the hot water heater, but the expansion tank that sits on top of it burst. I didn't know it. My mother was sick. I was going in, there was a lot of stuff going on. I come in, I lay down on the sofa for a few minutes, and I hear this bang, boom, bam, right? And I'm thinking that, now I know I came in the house, it wasn't raining outside, but I'm thinking that the tree is falling on to the house. When I go in there, it's water. I don't know how long the water had come, but it had been enough water that it broke through the ceiling. You know?
Wow.
That and then we have all this damage, and I told you this before, call the water company and let them know when you have a situation like that, so that they won't think that you have an increase in water, but it's through damage on your property, so that they have a note and a record of it, so when your water bill comes in, they can make an adjustment.
Right.
The same thing with the electric company, because they have to bring these big old fans and stuff in there, and you don't want them to think that you turn your air conditioner down to 32, right? And so that they know that there's something going on the property that's beyond your means. So
Right.
you definitely need to call those two people. I'm talking about during the summertime. If it's the wintertime, you need to call your gas company. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying that, you need to, because we when you first buy your house for the first time, you sit down and you the mortgage people and everybody that you're dealing with, your agent, you think that they letting you know everything that's going on. You understand what I'm saying? Well, now years you've been in there and things have changed, and you don't go back when they give you an increase. You don't go back and see what the increase is for. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
And so you need to get the new policy. But and it's not that they don't send it to you. See, I don't go on the internet because I've been hacked. When they told me iCloud got hacked, then I said, oh, now, because that was supposed to be one of the safest places that you could ever be. The hospitals get hacked. You understand what I'm saying? Church accounts in the bank get hacked, okay? Every time I turn around, places where I think that I'm safe, because I don't go on the internet, those people getting hacked. And I'm saying, well, what the heck? I don't go on the internet, okay? Right. I have them send me my bill, and I call them to pay them. You know what I mean? So if something happens, I talk to you.
Exactly.
I gave it to your agency on how much I paid. It didn't go through the mail. It wasn't a check I wrote. I used your stuff, okay? And you're still not protected, because the hackers are getting smarter and smarter out here. And, you're more and more at risk, so you need to know what's going on. It's just like the lady that DC had given out these little trackers that you could put in your cars that when they got stolen. And they gave them away for free, so many of them for free. Okay. Well, this one lady that was on, you see, I watched the news, okay? The lady on the news had her car stolen 3 times, okay? She lived in a apartment complex that had a garage, okay? She had an assigned number, right? The first 2 times they were able to find the car because of the tracker, right? So apparently people didn't know that she had a tracker in her car, right? Because they small and they tell you to put it in some kind of inconspicuous place, right? The 3rd time they stole her car, they took the tracker, brought it back, and put the tracker on the seat to let you know, okay, yeah, we found it. So, and so she said, 3 times, come on, with a tracker. Come on, why my car is that important to you that you gotta be stealing my car 3 times? And then you gonna be a butt and turn around and say, oh, I found it, so it don't do no good. Okay, so I mean, what do you do? What do you do? I mean, really, what do you do? I think that it's important that these people go to, even people that are not first-time owners. I think that they still should take a refresher class.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
About what they need to look out for and what they need to do and what they need to do. So I don't have any stock in his company. He does it, free. Some services he does for free. I don't know which ones are free and which ones are not. But I don't I don't have anything to do except for him coming here to give you knowledge. I don't get paid for it. He don't get paid for it for coming on here. Okay, it's free. Anybody that comes on my show, they come on free. Nobody gets paid. I don't get paid. Okay, don't nobody give me any gifts because it seems like it's a big thing. I don't get no gifts. Okay, for them coming on my show. So now if somebody gives me a T-shirt while they sitting here, you see that. You see them giving me a T-shirt. Okay, but it's not for payment for being on my show. It's just that that's their business and they wanted me to have a T-shirt. But you see it live. Okay, didn't pay for it. Didn't ask for it, didn't know they were going to give it to me, okay? So, I'm just saying, check him out. He's on my credit list. And so before we get away, then I want to go back to you, okay? Because I want you to tell us, we got 3 minutes. I want you to tell us thank you. I want you to tell us about what your new endeavor is.
Okay, so I am still working on new music. And there will be a single coming out in November with the EC3 Vibe team. Okay. And I'm also still working on trying to put together another solo project. Okay. So that's in the works. Been in the studio and actually talked a little bit about it last weekend with our Virgo Lounge show. And I'm just performing around town. I do have something, so I'm performing with the Remains of Radio on the Labor Day. Okay. At a place called McFalls out in Baltimore County. And then September 15th, I am doing a community event that a good friend of Aunt Audrey's referred me for, and it's going to be taking place in it's PG County, but it's like the Arts District. Okay. In the Arts District neighborhood, there's a community event going on September 15th, and so I'll be a part of that. So
yeah, because she keeps me informed too. And I want to say before we leave, it's very important for you guys to vote. Okay, we have an election coming up soon. Okay. For they have Alsabrook in what's the governor's name?
Mr. Hogan. Governor
Hogan. And Governor Hogan. They have them in a dead heat. It was on the news last night. Okay, so you need to vote. Okay, because that's a special election, so you need to get out there and vote. And then we have the big election. Please go out and do your homework. Oh, yes. Because I listened to 2 different news stories. And there's out one news source, all they did was sit up and tell a whole bunch of lies about Kamala, Vice President Harris. And then I turned to another show that nobody was singing her praise, okay? And both of their vice presidents. So guys, please, because I was getting depressed, okay? You need to do your homework and stop listening to everybody else. Yes. Okay, you look it up and you find out what they've done, what they haven't done. Both vice presidents, in the vice president of the United States. Look and see what her, what her record was when she was over there in California. Stop listening to these news commentators that are being paid by certain people, okay, to do the news for them. Yes. You need to look at news that's neutral. Okay, it's just giving you news, okay? Because it is very depressing. And if you don't look up that information for yourself, you're going to believe that foolishness that these people are telling you, okay? So read, look it up, see what they've done for yourself. It's a public, it's public information. You can go out there and look for the public information on any one of these candidates, okay? So don't just take what she said, he said, I said, no. You go out. You look at the public access channel, on the internet, and try to find out anything that you want to know. Their information is out there, and just make sure that you are on a government public access,
a verified site
that's verified. Okay, not somebody else's that got it out there and they got stuff and they saying that they verified. So make sure where you're getting that information from. You go on a government public access and look up that information. And with that, we want to say good night.
Good night.
Good night.